Hello, my crafty friends. Tonight I'm going to be working in the Great Big Book of Awesome. This is my giant glue book that I made out of a wallpaper, a retired wallpaper sample book. And it's 14 inches by, well, it's by 18 inches, but probably 17 inches of actual workroom for each page. I haven't done much in it so far. I did the cover, and then I did, let me find that page to show you. I did the, let me move this stuff out of the way. I did a Dr. Seuss page, and that was a lot of fun. I enjoy doing that page. Um, Reminds me of all the Dr. Seuss books I read over and over and over when my kids were little. But today I'm going to work in the middle of the book here so it can hopefully set up and be easier to work. And there are two pages that I have in mind, but I'm only going to work on one of them tonight. And I think the one I'm going to work on tonight is the kind of a panoramic landscape I'm going to make out of all these calendar pages. I just pulled out some calendar pages and decided that's what I was going to use. So this is it. But I don't know yet exactly how we're going to do it. But the next one I'm going to do, I'm going to use these calendar pages of these beautiful flowers and hummingbirds. So you can look forward to that. But I wanted to go ahead and do some fussy cutting before I turn the camera on when I'm working on this, because it'll take a lot more scissors work than the landscape one will. So I'll just let you think about that one as the future. But right now, what I think I'm going to do is start and develop a sky and then work down from there. And I've got a couple of ways I can go for a sky. I can either do a red sky like this. These may be cut out and put on top, along with one of these lighthouses maybe. So we might have some balloons and a lighthouse as our focus points after we get the landscape done. But and I also thought about this little island maybe. I don't know. This color of sky doesn't really go. Everything else I have is either a sunset or it's blue. So these may not get used at all. I'll set them aside for now. And I have a lot of that one may be used for a partial foreground. I don't know. I'm going to set it aside now, because what we're looking for right now is sky. And I've got this really dark blue that I could use as sky. There's also a lot of water in here that I could use if I want some water. And then here's some trees I could add in too. And here's some more blue sky. It's lighter than that other. And I thought these clouds looked really good. I might cut those out and put them, especially if I do this dark blue sky, wouldn't those clouds be striking? So I may do that. This is kind of a purpley sky, and I don't know that I have any more that color, so it probably won't get used. I'll set that up here for now too, in case, but I'll know I have it if I want it. Here's some more dark blue sky with white clouds. There's some more dark sky. This is a lighter blue, and this one's a lighter blue. Right now, I'm leaning towards the darker blue or these sunset type, and I may use this one to fade from here into something. May let it fade into a sunset on this side, or may fade in and out. I don't know. So I probably should have talked myself through this before I got started, so that you wouldn't have to watch quite so much. But when I watch people do this, I kind of like to hear their thinking process and why they chose what they chose, and so that's why I'm going ahead and that one's too light a blue, I think. This one's kind of turquoisey. It goes good with that water, but I don't think it goes good with this. Here's some more sunset type pictures. And I'm not sure what kind of ground I'm going to have, but that was really interesting ground, I thought. So I'm going to keep that one. Also, I'm going to need some side, you know, something to lead in and lead out. So I'm thinking about mostly having sky in the middle and having something on both edges and then a ground. So I'm still going to keep that one. This also looks, you know, a little path through there looks interesting, but it looks so close up. Of course, so's this. I don't know. We'll keep those and think about them. And then here's another, you know, sunset through the trees. And I would like a waterfall somewhere. So I've got some waterfall pictures in here. There's that one. And I don't think this one is going to work. So we'll set it aside. I just pulled out a whole bunch of them. And there's another kind of sunset picture. This one says, much dreaming and many words are meaningless. Therefore, stand in awe of God. Ecclesiastes 5:7. I'm not, that's, I might could use this. I don't know, that one lonely tree sitting out there. I can't decide if that's a peaceful vision or a lonely one. You know, one lone set of footprints. I don't know. I don't think I'll use that one, but I can come back to it. And there's some ocean with some of that kind of sky, so I'll keep that one. And this, well, I think I'll put that one aside for now. There's some more of that bright blue sky, and there's some desert, so we could go either way. I picked this one because I thought I could cut out some mountains if I wanted to use. Just depends on what I put down in the bottom, in the foreground. Let's put that there because we're really looking for sky right now. And this I did the same thing. It was for the mountains. And same with this one. Right now I'm looking for sky. So that's pretty too. And I thought this might be something interesting to put in the front if I put snowy mountains in the background. So I'll keep that one just to look at. There's another waterfall. And I thought that one might be pretty to put, you know, for this side coming down. If I just trimmed it right here and put my dark sky behind it. And here's some ocean. And that I kind of thought of put ocean on this side and mountains or waterfalls on this side and have it go across. I'm not sure if that's what I'm going to do or not, but it's an interesting thought. Here was another one that could come, you know, where I could do the ocean there and then come across to mountains over here. I think this is a beautiful foreground piece. I don't know if I'll use it or not, but that sky doesn't match the two that I'm looking at right now are both, let me put these away because those are skies, are either the sunset or the blue or maybe a combination of the two. There's another waterfall to think about. And this one, that one's a little too purple, I think, so we'll put it aside. When I first started this, I was looking at this because I thought that was kind of pretty, but it doesn't really match our blue sky or the sunset, so I'm going to put it aside. And here's a kind of what could be a transition piece. It would go good with that sky, so I'll put it here. And then here's another one. And these were some trees that I thought looked interesting. So I guess the question now is, do I do a blue sky or a sunset, or do I transition between the two? Okay, that one doesn't even have any sky in it, so we don't need it right now. This one doesn't have any sky. That one really doesn't. Let's look at these for a minute and put the blue ones aside. The problem with a lot of these is they're not very deep. The sky's not very deep, and I'm going to need quite a bit of sky up here, so where I like quite a bit of sky. So while that one, that might work. That one might work. I think these two, the sky is just a little too shallow, but at least if I need some more, I can come back and borrow from that. So, now then, I guess I could have a world with several suns. Have several suns setting if I wanted to, but I really think I like these two as far as sky goes. That I might get that to transfer to there and do blue sky on one side and sunset on the other side. I think that's the way I'm going to go. I'm going to start with, let this be my transition piece from the dark blue to the sunset. It's not going to transition perfectly, so I may put like a balloon right over this to make that transition a little better. And then I need to cover this with something. Put those aside for now. I really like these darker blue. I think that will maybe transition better here. So if I do those three, and then I use something to kind of cover the transitions, maybe a lighthouse here and a balloon over here, I think that might work. We've got a lot of, the sky's not very deep right here, but that's okay because I'm going to put a waterfall or something there. Okay, so let's take the skies that we've got, and well, I'm gonna tear it from below the sky because I can piece my other stuff over the top of it. So I'm gonna give it the whole sky there, and I'm going to go ahead and take all of this one too. Actually, that might not work because it's getting lighter right here. Lighter than that. Of course, if I do it like this, and then put this all the way over here, that might work. I may have to use some paint to kind of blend that, and I'm not really good with the paint stuff. I think I'll let that one transition to this one. Trying to see if I can get more sky without those words, so I can not use as much words. I mean, I won't have to cover up as many words. Maybe go exactly to the edge here. That's still going to be a lot of words, but I think I can cover that many up. Okay, let's start with this one, measure here. If I go right there, and then with this one here, I put some masking tape right here in the center because it has a really deep center there, and I didn't want to have to try to get something down in there or have it show. In most books I would probably cut this, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue it in for this one. Alright, I am going to cut that off because that's really rough, and I think it'll show not so good if I put that other one over it. Okay, and I'm just going to do this with a glue stick. When I get finished, I may varnish over it or something, but right now okay, let's see if we can find the top corner to the top corner here. Oh, that went down before I was ready. Okay, let's use the, oh, that's scraping it. I don't want to scrape it. I've done that before in the past, and that did not make me happy. Okay, I'm not going to do that. I had a rag somewhere that I was using for that. Here it is. Okay, nice soft rag. I've already scraped the sky there, but that's the way it goes. You don't always learn everything the first time. Okay. Okay. Lovely. Okay, it kind of went crooked there, but that's all right. I can cut off. Ooh, I can cut it off. Okay. Now let's work on this one. Okay. We're just going to go ahead and do it and have faith that we can cover up the things we don't want on there. That's a lot of ground to cover with a glue stick. Okay, let's go right here. Stick this under there because I got glue all the way out to the edge. Okay. Now then we'll come back here and cut this off. It's funny, the optical illusion makes it look like the page is crooked instead of the pictures being crooked. Okay. Just a little bit more right there. There we go. Okay. There we are so far. Now we need to figure out what we want to put on the two sides. And that'll help us figure out what's going to go in the middle. We know we're going to save our lighthouse and our balloons for last. And I don't need this. May save those clouds. That one might actually have been better. No, it's not better. Okay. There's some more clouds that I might use. Don't think I'm going to use that tree. Let's save that one. We could put this and just kind of taper these trees kind of off like that and come down, you know, not show any of the water, just come down maybe here and then show water here. That's a possibility. That one will be for at the end if I use it. I could cut this out, use this waterfall. I could also use that one, but then we would have a really close foreground. So I don't think we're going to use that one. We'll still go with this one for now. We could add some more of this sand and rocks here. Maybe. So we'll hold on to that. This could be in the middle. So it's possible. So now we need to decide on this side. And I really like this. But we would have to kind of make this into a new, a new different shape. But I think I like that on that side. And if I did that, that would cover up the words up here. Let's go ahead and cut this like that's what we're going to do, and then we will see if it doesn't work, I can use it somewhere else. We can always take off some more if we want to, but it's hard to take off less. Okay. Uh-oh. That word's showing up a little bit. So we have to think about that again. Probably won't use this just because it's got snow, and at this point I don't think anything else is going to have snow, so we'll put that up. And we may have these, I may stick some of these mountains poking out back there and put this down a little bit. That's a possibility. And let that be the so let's try that. Let's move this down here. And cut out some of these mountains. When you're doing this, the mountains don't have to be exactly what they are. They can be changed a little bit because it's hard to make them exactly like they were. Or you can make them even more jaggedy if you want by your fussy cutting. And I am not a great fussy cutter, especially not with this big old pair of scissors, but okay, let's see if we can put some. Okay, now that's not going to work because they're not going to cover that all up. So we may have to do it like this and have those mountains. Just one mountain maybe. That may not work either. Let's see what we can do with this. Nope, I'm not thinking that's going to work, so I'm going to have to think some more about this. Having this waterfall. Okay. Now let's go move on, and we'll think about that a little bit. Not sure I like how that would look either. And I could add. Oh, this is my own world, right? It doesn't have to be normal. But in order to have a sunset, I need some more mountains or something up there. Okay, this is what we're going to do. We're going to transition this as if it's going on up like that. So it's not an edge, a top edge anymore. And maybe we can have that rock going off the page, or maybe this rock going off the page. That would kind of transition in. Okay, let's cut this and see what we think. Let's go on down here. Cut off those little trees going up there, because they would not work with our sky. Okay, now that's pretty. It doesn't do anything to cover up the words. And there's some more here that would need to be covered up. Or I can leave the words. It says, you can be greater than anything that can happen to you. I might just leave those words and put this down there. Well, we'll think about that. Leave it there for now. That kind of looks nice. So let's figure out something for this side. We can do that, or we can do, what was the other one I had that I thought might work over there? This one. Some ocean. Okay, let's just trim both of these up and see which one we like better. I don't know any other way to do it than to just do it. And this, I don't want to cut out all this spray until I know for sure I don't want to use that part of it. Oh, I like this. It says, when you are in an upsetting situation, try loving everyone involved and pray for them, hard as they may be. Loving doesn't mean sentimentality, but rather a rational esteem for them as persons. So you don't have to like them to care about their well-being. Something to think about. Okay. I don't like that being. So let's do this and see how that looks. I kind of like that sticking out there. But then we would need some more sky here. Or some more water. We could put some more water back behind this. Okay, we're going to cut this water out anyway, so let's go ahead and cut this out. need those trees. Mostly just want the water. Let's try that. And then this. Yeah, I'm kind of liking that. That makes our transition from water to sky. So if we're going to do that, we're going to need to transition over here too. So I think I'm going to do this. And then we'll need to put something else in there. Okay, let's see where the other I hope we're not wanting to use that because I've already cut that out. I don't know that that will transition quite as nicely as I thought it would. It seemed like a plan at the moment, but I don't think that's going to look quite right. Okay, we're going to not worry about this, and we're going to go ahead and glue this down right here. All right, let's just do it. Okay, let's go a little bit more and start from this end because there we go. You can see where this paper was. It's got some wrinkles, and of course there's some wrinkles just from air, I guess, here too. But anyway, and then I want this. Yeah, that's going to work. This is going to cover up that hole there, and I was hoping that would work out because I don't want that hole to show. It's got one up here. I'll have to figure out something to do with that too. Okay. the glue. Okay, rolled underneath. Okay. I'm going to need to put something behind this, so I don't want to glue that one down yet. I'm going to glue something over the top of that one. Okay, let's see what we can find. Here's some more ocean or sand. Okay, let's think about the lighthouse situation here. Here's one that's on a dock. That doesn't really make sense considering where it is, but we could make this dock run up to it like that. Okay, let's cut it out and see if it'll work. Let's do this first. Get rid of a lot of that extra stuff. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and cut that off. I may change my mind and wish I hadn't, but right now I think that's what I'm going to do. Let me get my little scissors. Maybe I can do a better job cutting this with these little scissors. Just going to cut that one off because I'm in a hurry. Keep this little smokestack here, or whatever it is. Oh, there's my dog wanting in. Just a second. Come on in. Go lay down. Go lay down. Okay, we can put that right there. The glow from the sun shining on it, that actually looks pretty good. Okay, now let's see if we can get this dock to transition out there. Maybe to here. Well, let's just see what it'll do. The best fussy cutting advice I ever got was to move your paper, not your scissors, and it really does help. I'm still not the best fussy cutter in the world, but that really does make a huge difference. Not only in your accuracy, but in speed. Okay, this one's going to be a little bit more work over here. Okay. Put that there. Come down just enough to make this go up to it. Or maybe more like that. I think that works for our lighthouse. Maybe even a little bit more so it matches up at the end here. Okay. This looks kind of funny going behind it, but we're just not going to worry about that. We're just going to let it look that way. It is, after all, just a collage. It's not supposed to be a masterpiece. And then we can put some of this beachy stuff over here. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. We'll just go, we don't really need beach that far, do we? Maybe we do. Okay, let's cut this all off. Everything that's not beach and water. If we stick this back here, this right there, and we need some more water out here. Okay, what did I do with that other water that I had? Okay, maybe it's up here. Let's see. Will this work? Where's that too? That's with that green. That's way too blue. look here. Maybe some of this. Okay. Let's go with just the water. Okay. If we put this behind here, okay, and then move this up here. Trying to get it all to work out. Okay, I'm going to trim this a little bit more so it's more straight, or it's not, at least not, it's going to be the horizon, so we do want it to be straight. See if we can get it straight. I probably am cutting off too much and going to end up with it not working now. Okay, let's move these for now. And let's put this one in. We want to cover up that. Okay. And then if we put this one in, there, and need to make that come down far enough on this side. I'm going to trim this. Oops. Okay. That there, and then this up here. And that right there. Except this needs to be over here to cover up that. Okay. Oh, got this backwards. I knew that was not looking right, but I couldn't figure out what was wrong with it. Oh, goodness gracious. See what happens when your brain looks at things too long? Okay, now that has to go back over here. Just barely, barely put that there. Okay, that's what we're going to do. So we're going to move this, and this, and this. And we're going to tack this down most of the way, and then we'll slide this in and out to get it where we want it. Okay. Oh, don't go down there. Okay. Now then, we will tuck this back here, right there. Let's see which one works better. No, this it's going to have to go this way because of the, we need that to be straight. But we may tilt it this way a little bit. Is that too far? Let's check this out. I'll have to cut that. Okay. I'm going to glue this in next because it has to go pretty precise. Then I'll butt the other up against it. We will see how that works. Okay. Can go over a little bit more. I love that. Okay. Well, let's put this one in. I really need this to go like this. I'll have to put something over the top of that too, because this really needs to. Let's see how this is going to fit. Okay. We're going to go ahead. It's not going to be perfectly. We'll find something to stick in there and cover up those things that we don't want to show. Just don't know what it's going to be yet. Okay. Let's see how this is going to put it right there. Go ahead and do this one side, and then we'll do the other side a little bit at a time. As you can tell, I'm still kind of new at this glue booking stuff and collaging. Okay. Did a little too much right there. Oh dear. Well, we'll have to cover that up with something too. We're just making our job harder as we go along. Okay. fix it. There we go. Now we'll glue this stuff all down here. Now we still got to do something here. I don't know. We'll put something over the top of it to fix it, because that's obviously not going to be a beautiful fix. Okay. Now then, the next thing we need to do, and these are all curling on me, the next thing we need to do is add this in. So I think we're going to do that. Let's see if we can, we'll make it work over here. Okay. Okay. Just noticed I'm saying okay a lot. That's what happens when you talk to yourself while you work. Y'all just happen to be listening in while I talk to myself and work. Excuse me. Oh goodness, this is taking a lot longer than I thought it was going to. Of course, if you don't want to listen to all of it, you can always just speed it up and watch it. So I'm just going to keep going. That's going to be curly, I guess, probably till I do something on the back. But anyway. Well, I fixed that foam issue by scooting it over more. So that's okay. It does look kind of weird to have the ocean here transitioning to right here, but we're going to pretend like that's okay in this world. Alrighty, and what were we going to do next? Balloons, there we go. Let's cut out some balloons, and maybe we can cover up some of our mistakes with balloons. The big one will have to go up here to cover up that, especially since it's not a whole, well, may want it right there. We'll just have to see. We'll cut them out and then we'll decide. Hope I don't cut all these out and then put them on there and not like them. I've done that kind of thing before. Of course, the things that I cut out are in a little bag somewhere so I could use them on something else, but it's frustrating to think you want something and then after you work on it a little bit you realize it's really not going to work. The thing I'm most concerned with here is that the sky, colors of the sky are kind of the same colors that are in the balloons. Well, they'll still show up. That one will really show up if I put it up here. What, you want back out now, huh? I just let you in. Okay, be patient. I know. All right, all right. Sorry, folks. Go on. Patience isn't his long suit. Oh, poor thing. He likes all the family to be together in the same room, and when we're separated, he just goes back and forth between everybody, trying to herd us all into the right room, I guess. My son's still at work, and so till he gets home and everybody's where they're supposed to be, Cubby will be a little anxious. We could make him coming down right here. Ooh, that would make that into a huge waterfall, wouldn't it? Oh, okay. Maybe here? I don't know. Let's go ahead and cut this one out. Kind of faking the top of this one because it went off the edge. So it's not going to be a perfectly shaped balloon. But that's okay. Nothing else in this world is perfectly shaped here. It's all a little wonkier than I wanted it to be. Okay, let's fix that. I really think I like that one coming in there. I didn't even need to cut that top part because it's going to be off the page. Gotta try to get some of this blue sky out of here. Because this is all about a sunset. Look kind of weird to have blue sky behind the where the mountain's supposed to be. There, that looks better. Okay, it's got to come down far enough to cover up those words, so it's going to have to be coming down in front. Okay. And I really want to cover up more of that. We can do it. No. Need to get rid of some of that blue sky behind this one too. because it doesn't match the picture. Ooh, goodness. Okay. See, what I really wanted was to have this big balloon over here coming down. That really makes that sky look good together. But then this is going to need something else. Kind of like that. Okay, well, I'm going to leave that for a second and try to figure out what can I put up here. I could put a big bird. I've got a bunch of hummingbirds. I could put a huge hummingbird flying in. Now that would be something unusual. Let's see. I wish I had some other kinds of birds out here. All my other birds are in the house. Get those flowers out of the way. I'm not sure I like the hummingbird idea, but there's got to be something that will fit over there. Okay, let's see. Let me think. What else would go there? I think I'm just going to go ahead and glue these balloons down because I really like them like that. And where's the other glue? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's start with this one. Okay. Just realized this is loose. Usually this glue works really good, but it's drying really fast tonight. I know we have no humidity. It's something we've been struggling with for a long time. It seems like we haven't had rain in forever. We had almost 1/4 of an inch the other day, and that's the first rain we've had in almost 6 months. So I know it's dry, but yeah, we'll put that one up there. Where's my, here it is. A little too much glue there. Overcompensating for lack of humidity, I guess. Okay. Now we will do this one. Let's see if we can. Okay. Okay. I'm actually liking this so far. I'm pleased, but I need to do something here. Not sure what that's going to be. could just stick a big flower over there. Maybe a sunflower. I don't know. Maybe another mountain. Could go behind this mountain. I don't know. I don't feel like I really want another mountain. Okay, we could stick the Statue of Liberty right there. Now that wouldn't cover up all the words. We could only get part of her in there, and that would just look silly. So let's see. Maybe a big flower. I mean, maybe I really do want to just put a big flower right there. Let me find, where did I put my, oh, here it is. Okay. I don't want to use the flowers I'm planning to use on that other page because I like them for the hummingbirds. So let me look real quick and see if I can find another flower. Okay, there's a sunflower. I could just have part of a sunflower coming down. Let's try that and see what we think. Since we're doing a sunset, let me get these out of the way. I'm sorry those are all bending on you. It's all bright, but this is a pretty thick paper, so I'll definitely probably use something besides a glue stick to put it down. I'm going to go ahead and cut this in half here because I know probably won't even need this much, but I'm tired of messing with this big old piece of cardstock stuff here. Okay. We grew sunflowers one year out by our back fence. Oh, I like that. And it was awful. We had like a million big red ants. They just, oh, it was awful. I've never seen so many ants. We've never grown sunflowers again. It was like, hey, we don't want to encourage that. Okay, I'm going to go straight up from here. Is it that one? Yeah, straight up from here. And stick that on the corner here. And then I'll cut off the rest of it after we get it in there. I don't know if I should go have it cover up more of the mountaintop too. Maybe I should. Let's see. Let's go ahead and go. Across here and see. If we line that up. Okay. Do we want it like this? Or up here and lose some of it? Okay, y'all are probably out there saying, cut it, cut it, cut it, or leave it, leave it. Okay, let me straighten this up a little bit more.
Well, hi there.
I'm recording. I forgot to get the sign up. Sorry. You're welcome to come in and talk to me, but
You're right. The sign went up.
but it's I'm almost through. I'm gonna put us. Okay, you're here. You tell me. What do you think? It's my husband. He's gonna give me an opinion whether he wants to or not. Should I have the sun right like this and covering up part of this mountain, or should I move it up here and just have it?
Put it back. No, back. I really think I like that better.
Okay. That's what I'm going to do then. Thank you very much. You came in at just the right time.
Glad to help.
I'll be in a few minutes. Okay. We're going to put this on and we're going to call it done for tonight. I'm trying to remember. Okay, it's the bottom part that we need. And I was going to use a different glue, remember? I forgot. Okay, well, I may re-glue it later, but right now I'm just going to do this. Okay, I'm going to cut the extra off the edges there. And then we will call this page done. At least for now. Sometimes I change my mind and I add stuff, but for now we're going to call it done. I've got glue back there. Goodness, better put something else behind it so I don't end up sticking the pages together. Okay. Come on. Okay, this is it. Let's get it this way so you can see that side too. Boy, it's really, there we go, that's better. Here's this side. And then here's this side. So there's my panoramic view. All right, looks like a fun place to go, doesn't it? Well, God bless you, friends. If you got this far, thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.